All right, so hi guys, this is Jackie from techjackie.com. Welcome to another video on SEO. First of all, if you're brand new to this channel, make sure to press the subscribe button down below so when we release a new SEO video like this, you get notified, right? And for today's video, I'd like to shoot a quick video for you, so how to actually identify if the keywords you're going after are easy to rank for or not, right? So this actually came to my mind right during this weekend, that I was wondering, like, so many people advise you to go for keyword research, right, and to start writing for content, something like that. But you also need to make sure that the keywords you're going after are easy to rank, right? And besides just looking at your keyword difficulties from your SEO tools, there are a couple of steps that you need to do before you actually reach, right? As you can see here, first I mentioned like 3 steps, right, before you actually start looking to the keyword difficulties from your SEO tools, right? So without further ado, let's jump right to this tutorial here, right? So first, from my list here, right, first you need to identify the authority of the site, right, rankings on the first page for your keyword, right? So, and this is basically looking at the SEO metrics, right, the authority, the domain authority, domain ratings, all this stuff, right, from the various SEO tools. So here I've taken an example for two keywords, right, two search terms. So first is the best running shoes 2020, and the second one is plumbers in Los Angeles, right? So you can see the difference. One is general affiliate queries, another one is general local queries, right? So you can see the difference. So first off, I highly recommend you install the free tools called the Moz Bar, right? So you can go to Google and you can type in Moz Bar, right? It's a free Chrome extensions, right? Moz Bar, you can type in something like this, and then just go directly to the Chrome extension page here, right? So you can easily install it. It's a free tool. You just have to sign up for the Moz account, right, and you can easily install it. When you install it, it will be at the top here, as you can see, right, M symbol here. So after you install it, the good part is just you can quickly toggle this up, and then what the tool allows you to see is basically the domain authority and the page authority of of the results ranking on the first page, right, on the Google search results, right? So if you're using Ahrefs, so there's of course Ahrefs Moz Ahrefs toolbar as well, right? So you can obviously use that for this. And besides that, there are also like SEMrush toolbar as well, which you can use. But I like using Moz, right? Like, in my opinion, Moz and Ahrefs, these are the two most accurate ones, right, which I've seen. So, and the reason why I use Moz, right, and recommend you to use Moz, is because it's free, of course, right? Okay, so what you first you have to look here is you have to see, like, the domain authority of the site's ranking on the first page, right, like according to your queries. So if you're able to find any sites that have like domain authority somewhere almost equal to yours, right, as you can see here, like domain authority 94, right, 64, 56, 91, 86, 84, 84, 84. You can see that this is a pretty competitive keyword, right? Because the majority of the content rankings have high domain authority, right? Means it will be very difficult for you to compete, right? But as you can see, for this, there's one website with a domain authority of 23 here, right? So basically, if you can find a site which has a domain authority somewhere equal to yours, right, let's say in the same range or almost similar, then that's a good sign, right? So it means that you have a chance of breaking to the first page, right? Maybe you try to knock them out, right? Or maybe be among you the other guy, right, the black sheep, right, which was able to rank here. So the more you can find the results in your same domain authority range, right, or domain rating range, whatever metrics you're using, then that's a good sign, right? So you can note the keyword down, right? So another quick keyword as well, I'll show you like side by side. So as you can see here, plumber Los Angeles, right? So if you're doing local SEO, obviously you're gonna find like a site, like a directory site, right, such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, all this stuff. So you can pretty much ignore those, right? Those websites have of course high domain authority, right, like 80 or 90 plus, something like that. You just have to look, if you like for the normal website, right? Like for instance this one, right? MikeDiamondServices.com. So they have domain authority of 34, and then there's this site, right? NautilusPlumbing.com, domain authority of 22. So basically, just look at the site which are, in the same, like same as yours, right? Like independent website, not, not any like web directories, like such as this one, Home Advisor. You can definitely skip it out, right? So you can see like 28 here, 19, right? And then 16 here. So you can compare with yours, right? And then you can see like if you're in the same, almost same range or not, right? So this is basically the stuff there. If you can find any site in the same range, then that's a good sign, right? So first you identify using this, and then the keyword down, right? You note it down. And then next here is you have to look at the content quality of the page, right? So just looking at the metrics alone is not enough, right? Because these are third-party tools. At the end of the day, it may not be 100% accurate. You would try to like dig down further, right, to really like almost 100% sure that you can rank for it, right? So next, you just have to look at the content and see how they have written their content, right? Is it comprehensive? Is it long form content? How many words, right, they have written? Like for instance, okay, for this keyword, right, best running shoes 2020. Now that, let's say you have a website of domain authority of 30, so you're thinking that maybe you try to rank along with this site, right? So next up, you check out the content, right, of this site, of the site which are in the same space as yours, right? So you can check them out, and then you can see, like, you can go through their content, right? And you can look at it as well. You can also check the site, other high authoritative site content as well, right? Because sometimes you can also outrank high domain authority site, right, which I've done a lot of times, like for very big keywords, by simply writing better content, right? So just have to check the content, right, and see how they have written their content. Is it very comprehensive? How many words are there, right? So you can pretty much get the idea of what the standard that you have to write, right? So let's say you want to outrank this website domain authority of 84, and let's say they have written only like 300 words long content, right? So in that case, that you have a chance of outranking high domain authority site, right, in this case. But as you can see here, this is a very well written content, you can see, right? So it's pretty good, right? So you can say that 80 domain authority 84, so they both have the content power, right? The content power as well as the link power. So pretty much it's nearly impossible for you to outrank this website, right? Something like this. So maybe maybe you find that some of the keywords, most of them are having high domain authority, but after you analyze their content, you might find that there's a loopholes in their content, right? So basically you might try to tackle them using your content, right? Something like that. So that's it, right? So first you look at the authority of the sites, right? Rankings, the SEO metrics. If you can find any website in the same range as yours, then you may note that keyword down. Next is you want to look at the content quality of the page, right? How they have written their content. Maybe it might not be as good as as it should be, so you maybe try to tackle them using the content, right? Using the content of your page. And then let's say you found a site, you find a couple of like chance, right, ranking alongside with small authority sites. The content quality of the pages ranking on the first page, they're not as good, right? So now right? Okay, third thing that I'd like you to actually keep an eye on as well is called as topical relevance, right, of the site ranking. Now, what do we mean by topical relevance here is basically, what the website is all about, like basically, what the website is all about, right? Like like basically there's a concept called as topical relevancy, which basically means Google likes ranking site which are specific to something, right? So the reason why this site is ranking pretty well, although it has very less domain authority, is number one, of course, they have written a very good content. But number two is, if you look at their website, right, which is basically this one, as you can see, this one, right, You can see that they have like they are basically almost all about outdoor and running shoes, right? As you can see, like there's a running shoes category here. There's a running backpacks, right? Running headphones, best home gym kits. So all these category, right? If you go and if you explore more, you basically find that these are categories somehow related to running shoes, right? Like basically, as you can see here, so this builds like a topical relevance, right? Like the site is pretty much basically all about these things, right? So let's say if you're running like let's say you are a local business, you're running a plumber business, right? So if you want to build a topical relevance, then you would have to build multiple pages on your website which are related to your core topic, right? That is plumbing. So as you can see, right, if you talk about plumbing, you would have to have pages about sewer repair, residential, commercial, pipe, all these pages, right? As you can see, so all these pages, right, the more topics you can write, right, the more pages you can write on on any similar topics to your main topic, the more topical authority you're being seen by Google, right? The more authority you have in Google's eye. And that's pretty much what it's all about. Topical relevance of the site ranking, right? So first you need to see, right, you have a chance of breaking to the first page according to the domain authority or domain rating metrics. If so, look at the content, right? If the content there has any loopholes that you think you can write better on. And then third, you look at the topical relevance of the site, right? So if you find that most of the site ranking on the first page, right, although they might have less backlinks, but if they have very high topical relevance, or basically like they have many contents related to the same similar topics, then you'll find it a hard time to really break into the first page, right? Because you can see here this website has domain authority of only 23. If I go to the second page here, right, you basically find a website with higher domain authority, right? You can see like this one has 6,535 links, domain authority of 60. But why is still ranking on the for second page, right? Why it's not on the first page? So basically, let's check it out, right? It could be the reason that this website doesn't have high enough topical relevance than this website, right? So even though this website has lesser backlinks, lesser authority, but with a better content, right, with a better topical relevance, it ranks higher than this domain authority 60 site, right? As you can imagine, this is a e-commerce website, right? It has very less content, and that's pretty much why it's not ranking high. Okay, how about we try figure out finding sites which are in the same like blog type content, right? And then we can understand it better. Okay, let's beat this one, right? Wired.co.uk. Everyone knows how big is this website, right? As you can see, domain authority of 88, very authoritative website. But why they're ranking on the second page? As you can see, even though the content is still not bad, right? You can see the content is pretty okay, pretty solid. But wired.com is a website which pretty much talks about everything, right? It doesn't just talk about running shoes, it talks about literally everything, right? So there's like a sports, there's like different news, right? As you can see here. So basically has no like main core topic which is focusing on, right? Whereas website this website, right, is basically pretty much about running shoes, right? And running backpacks, all this stuff. So you can see the difference now, right? Even though this website has a very high domain authority, has higher backlinks pointing to the page, has even almost equal content quality, but at the end of the day this site easily beat out this site, right? So that's the thing here, topical relevance, right? So first you identify this, and then you look at the content, and then you look at the topical relevance of the site ranking, right? And then after you identify that, okay, you think that you might be able to beat them, you might want to do the last check, that is using the keyword difficulty, right? Checking from your SEO tools, which is the last step here, right? And the reason why I put it in the last step is because keyword difficulties, like it actually comes from SEO tools, so it's not accurate, right? So let's say if I want to check this one, right, this keyword, let me go to SEMrush, right? So this is a SEMrush keyword difficulty, so I just go to this section, and then I'll just plug this in, right? Like different SEO tools will give you different keyword difficulty scores, so keep that in mind, right? So I plug it in and I show keyword difficulty, and in most of the time keyword difficulty won't even show you any value, right? Like, it just depends on the queries. So I just want to check out, for this keyword, like what's the keyword difficulty according to SEMrush, right? So one of the most reputable SEO tools out there. So as you can see, keyword difficulty is 85.83, right, out of 100. So this actually confirms that this is a very difficult keyword, right? But do you have a really do you really have a chance of breaking into the first page? Of course you do, right? If you have high topical relevance, just like this website, right? And of course you need to have better content as well, and probably some links, right? Almost the same domain authority like that. So that's pretty much it, right? That pretty much wraps up all the concepts. First, look at the authority of the site ranking on the first page. If you can find any site in the same range as yours, right? So that gives you a good idea. But then only SEO metrics may not be enough. Next is you have to look at the content quality of the page, right? See if the content quality is good enough or not. If you think that you can write better content, then you can add it to this as well. And then lastly, third point is to look at the topical relevance, right, of the site's ranking. If they don't have enough high topical relevance, right, then you can easily beat them, right? If you have higher topical relevance, if you have multiple content on the similar topics, right? And then lastly, you can confirm again, right, the difficulty of the keyword using the SEO tools. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. If you have any questions on your mind with regards to SEO, make sure you comment them down in the comment section down below as well, and I'll try to answer the and I'll try to make a video on that topic, right? And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.